Community Viewpoint.
Welcome once again to Community Viewpoint. I'm John Pawlak, your host. We're having too good of a time here today. Why we're having a good time is one of my guests tonight is someone who has been one of my longtime friends. I was going to say oldest, but then she'd slap me. Paul Elefante is here with me. We're going to be talking about the 21st annual powwow.
Prump social powwow, yes.
Prump social powwow is the correct terminology. So you want to put the flyer up there? So we'll lead off with that so they see what we're talking about. That is the flyer, and the Native American on the left-hand side is like an emblem that's always there.
That's our logo.
Yes.
Okay. And the gentleman in the middle is an eagle dancer, and he's been coming to our powwow for a couple of years.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And his uncle is the buffalo dancer that you see out there.
Okay.
Marty Silvas.
Okay. So let's look at Paula's lovely face.
I don't know which of these cameras to be looking at, but
Oh, you're going to be looking at that one.
That one.
Yes. So anyway, tell us a little bit about the powwow, and how long have you been doing this?
This is my 17th year.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's moved from place to place to place?
No.
High school?
No.
Wasn't it at the football field once?
No.
I thought it
We
was.
have always been at Petrick Park
You have?
with the powwow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I moved here in 2000, and in May. I moved here in May of 2000, and then, I don't know, towards the end of May or beginning of June, there was a powwow in the park, and I thought, oh, this is cool, so we went up to the powwow. That was in 2000. 2001, there was no powwow. Oh. The chamber had done 2000. They didn't do 2001. 2002, Kathy Stetler, Sandy Stark, and myself got together and said, we're going to make it happen. And so I've been involved since 2002. Okay. Kathy has moved away, Sandy passed away, and so.
Kathy, you did my taxes for a while too.
Yeah?
Yes. So I missed her for a while until I found somebody else. But yeah, tell us a little bit about the social powwow then, if you would, please.
Okay, and just so I don't forget, John has made a list of questions.
I'm going to be checking them off as
and he said, first one, what is a powwow? A powwow is a gathering.
Yes.
Okay, it's a gathering of Native American people, and most often it might be on a reservation, so it'd be a gathering of that specific tribe. Mm-hmm. We don't have a federally recognized tribe out here, but we have a lot of transplants, people that have moved here that are Native American. So it's a gathering. Mm-hmm. And the master of ceremonies will, he keeps you informed of what's going on. And if we have a specific dance coming up next, he'll announce that that's coming up next. The arena director is Marvin Redeye, and you'll see him out there in the arena, and he keeps things going. The dance arena is a circle that we have painted there in the park, and it has been blessed. It's a sacred circle. It's inappropriate for someone to just get up and say, oh, I want to go over there, and get up and just walk across a circle. You need to go around the circle because it's just...
sacred? Like?
Well, yeah, it is. And it's just wrong.
Okay.
There's different dance styles, and the best place to learn about the dance styles is a website called powwows.com. And I mean, they've just got a wealth of information to share about powwows, the dances, the drums. Do you know, the people go, well, you've got the drum and the singers. No, the singers are the drum, okay?
Okay.
And they don't necessarily sing words. They sing, their sounds are vocables.
Like a cadence that they
It's
sing.
just It's sounds, not necessarily words, but they have meaning. Okay, so the powwow is next weekend, not this weekend, and I'm suggesting, I'm telling everyone, get your umbrella out. I don't expect rain, but we might get some showers. Okay. And we had that happen a couple years ago.
Thank God it never snowed.
No, you remember that year?
I do.
The mountain closed. I was directing people through Baker to go to Arizona, and the hours of the powwow. Friday, we will start at noon, but our drums don't get in until late Friday night, because one drum is coming from Sacramento, the other drum is coming from Tucson, Arizona, and so with day jobs and stuff, they don't get here until close to midnight Friday night. So we don't have our northern drum and our southern drum on Friday. We do have a gentleman. He is Sue. He's a local person, and he has a drum, and he's on our schedule on Friday from 3:15 to 3:45. It might start a little earlier, it might go a little later. Every time, all the times on our schedule are subject to change, tentative. Saturday, the vendors will be open at 10. We have gourd dancing at 11. The gourd dancers are Native American veterans, and then grand entry is at noon. We'll follow that with some intertribals, then the buffalo dancer, then an intertribal, the Aztec dancers. We'll have a cakewalk on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, and I keep looking down because we actually have a schedule this year, and you'll be able to pick it up at the booth. We actually have a program this year that you'll be able to pick up at the booth. So, and the cakewalk is fun because you go to the committee booth, you buy a plate, paper plate, you go in the circle, and the drum will be drumming, and you're going to go around in the circle, and when the drum stops, then they will draw numbers, and your plate that you buy will have a number on it. Okay? Kind of like musical chairs, but, And then we'll draw so many numbers, and if we draw your number, then you'll be able to go over and you can take your pick of a dessert. It could be a cake, it could be brownies, it could be a pie, it could be fudge. That's the best part. And that's just one of the fun things. And then we'll break between 5 and 5:30, then we'll be done. Because we've learned many powwows come back at night after dinner, but usually the weather is a whole lot nicer, and that's not necessary. In November,
it's a little iffy.
Yeah, and right now the long-range forecast is like the low 60s during the day, and the 30s at night.
Yeah, the weather isn't holding.
People aren't going to stay in the park, to shop, and so we shut it down at 5. Okay. And then Sunday we start again at 11 with gourd dancing, and we'll close down at 5 on Sunday.
Okay, that's decent, yeah.
Oh, your question. What does it cost? Nothing. It's free to come to the powwow. There's no admission charge. However, you will have to pay for that Indian taco that you really just have to have. Okay. You would pay for any of the items you'd want from our vendors. Mm-hmm. But to get in there, it's free. There's no charge. You can park. The best place to park is the big parking lot there along 160 at the park. There's lots of spaces there, or on Basin, they've got a lot of spaces there. Now, something that's new this year is we actually have a horse expo going on, and it's usually where 4-H sits during Fall Festival, back in that corner. The Indians were known for riding paints and Appaloosas, and we do have, I think we have 1 or 2 Appaloosas that will be there in several paints, okay? and talk about the history there. So that's going to be set back. So where, if you've been to our powwow, we'll have a space where there's usually a vendor. We're going to have that an opening so that you can walk back to that area, and it's an exposition. You're not going to get to ride, or there's none of that. So
liability is just
yeah. So, and while I can, I just want to thank our sponsors. Prump Tourism was a drum sponsor. Nevada State Bank, Quality Signs, Valley Electric, and the Crazy Calico are all dance sponsors. Thank you, guys. So make sure you go to those businesses.
yes. And the vendors, you're going to have. You can buy clothing. You can buy.
You can get sweaters. You can get some blankets. You can get jewelry. You can get. One guy has home decor items. Mostly jewelry items. Some would be like the beading, or some are just
some paintings, some.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Virgil J. Nez is an artist, and he has some of his works been displayed in the Heard Museum. Lawrence Crank is a potterer, and he does some amazing pieces of art. And he's coming back this year. He hasn't been in a couple of years, but he's coming back this year.
You're gonna have the teepee?
We're gonna have the teepee, rain or shine.
So once again, the times on that Friday, if I'm coming.
Yeah, Friday we'll be ready to welcome people about noon, and the vendors will be open so you can come have lunch. We have a variety of food. We have the 2 Indian taco vendors. We have a guy coming down from Utah. He does some barbecue, chicken and pork, I think, and corn on the cob. We have Luis Acuna, who comes from LA. He's the Tex-Mex. We have Pop's Kettle Corn comes. We have Melody with, she does the coffees, the lattes, stuff like that.
Okay.
We have a variety.
And part of the variety is going to be Paula. You'll be living there all weekend?
Yes, I will.
Yes, you will.
Actually, I do.
And you've got the keys again for the lights and everything?
That's all taken care of.
All right. And no water?
Water's taken care of.
All right. So, yeah. You know
The
what you're doing.
sprinklers are turned off, so the park will be dry.
Okay, we're good
Unless
with
it
that.
rains.
Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you there. What's the dates?
Next weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th.
All right. Thank you, folks. Thank you, Paula.